folks, Species 7 here, and welcome back to my channel. Having a look at Recycle today, the garbage truck simulator. And there's Happy, just went, oh my god, and she went to another channel, didn't you? But no, it's kind of an interesting game, so might be worth bearing with me here, guys. I have a game that I have started. I'm not very far into it. I have made level 3. I own 2 trucks, that one, and there should be one, I don't know, there he is, sitting behind me. Yes, these are the pride of my garbage business. Now, basically what this is a tycoon-style game with the allowance that you might want to do some of the stuff yourself. You might want to make everybody else do it, like you do with a lot of tycoon games, and it's kind of neat that way. The doing it yourself part works out pretty cool. And the having other people do it part works out pretty cool too. Now, there were some issues when the game was released. It just flat out didn't work. There was a real screw up with a bunch of files that didn't get where they needed to be. That has been addressed. It took the company about a week to put a patch out, and we're talking about Actalogic and Insomnia games. There goes another half of the people watching. Yes, they don't have a great reputation. If you're a simulator fan like me, you probably have a bunch of their games on your computer that, you know, or in a library on one of your game sites somewhere that you go, oh, I wish I could play that. Too bad it's so buggy, broken, bugged up. Yeah, there's been some rather unique phrases attached to those particular game logos coming on the screen. The one I like the best is, of course, Actalogic comes up, and you never get to see Insomnia games because some games froze on the Actalogic logo. But anyway, yeah, this is Rondomedia Actalogic and Insomnia games, and after the patch, the game runs pretty good. It is not perfect yet, but they are still working on it. Alright, enough of that out of the way. I was really looking forward to the release of this game, and was quite disappointed when it didn't work on release. I actually waited till it did work. I lost the 10% off they offered with buying it on release, but oh well. I got a game that worked I didn't have to mess with. I have a game called Garbage Truck Simulator, and I've tried to play it 100 times. The problem being, it's such an old game that I've never made it through an entire pickup route without the game crashing. So yeah, I was kind of anxious for this one. Anyway, so what do? Well, believe it or not, you pick up garbage. If I go to my main panel, the management screen, here we have an overview. It tells you important stuff like your company value, how many facilities you own, how much money you have in dumpsters, garages, your available coin, the total value of your business, which is 2 vehicles worth $80,000, and the 19 grand in cash, almost 20 grand that I have. It tells you how many people you got working for you, how many vehicles you have, the amount of dumpsters you own, how many routes you have, dump spots, etc., etc. So there's a lot here, okay, including actual breakdowns of incomes and expenses. Now, I have played for about a week, 2 weeks worth of in-game time here, and purchased myself a couple of routes. So the first thing you have to do is route licenses, and these are, if we look at our map, you know, this is the map we're playing on. And each of these routes, as you can see here, represents a little street. If we look down on our mini-map, the yellow square in the bottom right, there's a little dot just up from that. That's where our current garage is. So if we scan through here, we'll see, we can sort of get an idea of where you might be in relation to everything else. Right? Like, some of them are quite close. Is it, I believe, Queen Street or something? Yeah, here, like this one, Fire Tower Road. Well, that starts pretty much right outside our fence. So, but yeah, that's what you do. You want to buy routes. The meaning of these, like this one, Community Park, where it has 5 of these great big bins, that's the amount of garbage produced on the routes. The little number beside it, 14, that's the number of dumpsters and spots you're going to need to stop on that route. Okay, and they vary from 5 great big giant dumpsters, or not dumpsters, those are actually bins, to some routes that only have a single. And that means that guy has, well, these are twice what these are, so there's 10 times as much garbage being produced in Community Park as there is on Narrow Street. There's 8 spots to pick up from on that street, though, but they're not going to make you much money. Okay? And like I say, there's pretty much all the variances in between. I currently own, I think, 5 routes. So that's what you want to do right off the bat. And then you can look at the routes you have and give them days. Okay, here's where my different ones, like that Fire Tower Road that had the big ones, I did that Monday. It gives me a good shot of money first thing in the week. You know, another one is Grasshopper Hollow. That one's got a pretty good size route. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, that's pretty decent routes to do. Right? My other 2 days of the week, or actually no, I'm sorry, Wednesday and Friday are my big routes. The other 3 days of the route, they're a little smaller. What exactly does that come down to? Well, let's say I wanted to buy a big route. Let's see, what do we got here that's still pretty chunky? 4s. Okay, those are smaller. Alright, so let's say I wanted to buy a Shady Place. You simply click buy. Alright, then what you do is go to your routes and decide what day you're going to do it. Now, in this case, I know that I have one route that's pretty tiny. I believe it's Long Road. I believe. Let's have a look here, shall we? If we go to our route licenses and look for Long Road, I believe it's the only one I own. It's only a single. Oh, no, I own a couple. Yeah, Long Road or Queen Street for that matter. So, Long Road or Queen Street. So, Tuesday is a pretty slack day. So, which is actually today. Oh no, we're finished Tuesday, so we won't get back to that. What's another slack day we have? Long Road, alright. So, the first thing we have to do for our new route, as we can see here, there's 15 spots, and it had big bins. So I have to buy 15 of these big bins. Oop, click. And that's going to cost me $3 grand. So, once you've bought them, and you've bought enough of them, you can put them on the day that you want to pick up your route. So, we are going to do it on the same day we normally pick up Long Road. There we are. Okay, the bins are in place. Now people can put their garbage there, and we can pick this up on Thursday and this up on Thursday. So, we have 2 trucks. So Thursdays, which is a couple of days from now, we'll have 2 routes. Now, workers. You want to hire workers? This is where you hire them. Okay? And I'm going to hire 2 workers. Alright. Now, those 2 workers, I'm going to assign to this truck. So, this is actually the truck that I run in. And this is the truck I usually send out. Okay. So, it is the end of the day. As you can see, the route we had for today, Queen Street, is already done. So, what I'm going to do is advance it a day. There we are. Now, if I look at my routes, we'll see that we have Community Park. 14 large bins. Alright? Nice. So, what I'm going to do is take a truck. I think we'll go with this guy. We will go here to Community Park. And we're going to have them dump at the municipal landfill. Because right now, that's our only option. And we will click. What's this? No, we don't want to sell him. He's fine for fuel and doesn't need repairs. Click Autopilot. And if we look out there, we'll see, there he goes. He's off to do his thing. Da-da-da-da, bye-bye. And he will pick up those 14 bins and dump them off, and our money will magically go up. Now, this is kind of a weird thing, alright? For the day that I have 2 routes, alright, Thursday, I have to do one of these routes. Like, I actually have to drive the route. You cannot sit in that big office building there that is definitely attached to this facility since it's in a gated property. You're not sitting in there running the place. No, you're sitting in this truck, and that's where you must remain. So if I want 2 routes picked up, I can either send the other guy out twice if he comes back quick enough, or I actually have to drive the route myself. Bizarre, no? I just thought it was a little odd. One of the kind of issues with this, if you look at our mini-map down here, I'm going to zoom up. See all these red dots? That's the route that guy's gone to do. Alright? Problem is, when you have multiple routes that day, they all show up as red dots. They don't make any distinction between them. Even when you go to your map, you can see here. Alright? That's all the spots he's making. Now, if I had another route down at, down by the municipal, another one up by the downtown alley, and they would just show up as a bunch of red dots as well, and they don't distinguish which are which. That's kind of an issue. Oh, I just reached level 4. Oh yeah, the truck just sold all its garbage, and your leveling up is based on how much garbage you get rid of. So that's kind of an issue. The other issue with doing the routes yourself is this little round thing up in the top right corner. That, believe it or not, is your compass. Yeah, not a very good compass, guys, sorry. So if we look here, 14 of 14 bins have picked up. Now he's not back yet. Alright, you actually get your money when you pick a bin up and dump it in your truck. When you flip it off at the landfill, that's just the last thing you do before you go home. You do have the choice of accelerating time from normal to 4x. So, now, this whole leveling up thing, basically what it does is allows you to unlock other gear. Buildings, as I said, you can buy the garages, those are unlocked. But as far as incinerators, etc., as you can see, unlock at level 5, unlock at level 6, unlock at level 8. Landfills, you can buy. But it also limits what trucks you have. Now as a level 4, I can buy a small garbage truck, a big garbage truck, or a garbage crane truck, which are for the dumps. The dump spot, the big dumpsters. Those guys will actually pick up the dumpsters. So, as you go up by getting more garbage, as you see, I'm 22% on my way to the 40,000 kilos I need to collect to make a level 5. And at level 5, I can buy an incinerator. So that's the way that works. By the time this guy gets back, I think we'll be about done the intro. I think I've shown us pretty much everything. This has to do with your own vehicle, of course, all of this. And I'm going to make a second part to this series. This is, as I said, just sort of a first look at this particular game. We're not going to get into a bunch of depth. I will make a second part to it, and in the second part, I will, as we know, come tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. Well, come tomorrow, we have 2 routes. So I will go and drive one of these routes, alright? So, till next time, guys, this has been our first look at Recycle, the garbage truck simulator. Give it a think, leave a comment. If you'd maybe like to see this as a series, I'd be more than happy to oblige. But, until then, this has been Species 7. Take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.